Let's turn the clock back to the start of another information age, 200 years ago. The Erie Canal Museum in Syracuse is perhaps the most comprehensive collection keeping canal history alive. In this, the bicentennial of the canal's completion. People come from all over to learn about the waterway that opened the country to the rest of the world.
It was a main route from the Great Lakes to the East Coast before the St. Lawrence Seaway.
And about 50% of the people who visit us come from outside of New York State. And so we're telling this story, we're helping to spread the story of how the canal transformed not just our communities, but our whole country.
Syracuse in 1820 had 250 settlers living in it. By the end of the next decade, there's about 10,000 people. And by the end of the century, 100,000 people living here.
He was part of that group.
The museum is housed in the last remaining Waylock building, where canal boats were weighed to assess tolls. The highlight is an almost-to-scale replica line boat, which would have carried the crew and some 40 passengers.
So the back of the boat here is where the crew would have lived. So this would have been their home for 8 months, 9 months out of the year. The front part is where passengers would have been carried, and then this middle part where we're standing now would have carried cargo.
Once upon a time, it took 2 weeks to travel from Albany to Buffalo by stagecoach. The canal cut that to 5 days.
There's a reason why the women's rights movement happened right here in central New York, and that's because of how connected Seneca Falls was to the rest of the world. Information moved so much faster in upstate New York in the 19th century than it did other places, because you could get on a canal boat and go pretty much anywhere in the state. The canal is still an open operational waterway, having impacts on New Yorkers every day and visitors to our communities, tourists. It's a huge tourist destination.
Bicentennial celebrations throughout the state continue through the official anniversary, October 26th. From downtown Syracuse, I'm Tim Fox, News Channel 9.